Here, this beautiful scene in front of you here at PNC Park. And right now, let's go to public address announcer Tim DeBacco.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, would you please remain standing? Here to honor America with the singing of our national anthem is two-time Academy of Country Music Award winner, Carrie Underwood.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's bright glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
All-Star pregame is sponsored by the new Spicy Chicken Crunch Wrap Supreme at Taco.
Half of the fourth inning. Yeah. The National League batting here with that one-run lead. Dave Winfield. Oh my gosh, will it come down? That's almost going to clear the big yard.
Man. Wow.
And without question, there's the longest ball hit that we've had in this game.
Easy to see why Dave Winfield.
One out here.
Look out.
That one's going to go through. That's very smart. Right there in the shortstop, Dean Cain, who said, you know something, I'm not even going to get close to that.
That is
Get out of the way.
Good career move right there by Superman. That ball was covered with kryptonite.
Woo! I'm getting out of the way of that one,
No,
too.
hit too hard.
Mercy.
A very smart player. Took one look at that and backed up. Tommy John doing the pitching here, and here is Ozzie. Ozzie has already contributed with a base hit and a run scored.
Crucky, as I look at your lineup, I think you may be talking to the Hall of Fame committee. You got Winfield, Hall of Famer, Andre in the middle,
Come get it.
and a Hall of Famer, Alvin Smith, behind him.
Hey, Sean, you know, you can just look at the scoreboard, you can realize who the better manager is. It has nothing to do with talent on the field. It's what goes on behind the scenes.
Well, John, in your one at bat, you hit a homer. And Harold's one at bat, with the game on the line, he made it out.
Yeah, well, you know, I don't know what that's called. I'm trying to think of the word.
Better manager?
Choking. Yeah.
Joking. Harold. Harold.
You see how relaxed I am?
Joking.
You see how relaxed I am?
I do.
We're going to get out of this.
You're going to win this game.
We're going to win this game.
Harold, how much do you miss Kenny Mayne right now?
We're going to win this game. At least Kenny couldn't hit.
You could beat him.
Good night. I knew I had an out when Kenny came up.
Carlos Bernard, and that ball is going to be handled. Morgan got it. Runners tag up, and we'll move up a little bit there.
I thought he was relaxing. Did you hear that, Crucky?
Come on, kid.
I thought he was relaxing. He started yelling at his right fielder.
Nice job. Nice job.
Man, I'm thinking mutiny on the bounty here. I'm thinking you're gone, Harold.
To him about not covering.
Fundamentals. It's all fundamentals.
Gary Carter pops that one up. Goose.
Yeah, MVP that, kid.
Hold on, I gotta go run.
Nice swing, kid. Well, why are they booing him?
Rob Reiner, the Academy Award winner. I'll tell you what happened. In the pregame, the PA announcer was interviewing him on the field. And the guy asked him, so far, what's the best moment you've had in Pittsburgh? And he said to the PA guy, standing here talking to you. And the fans took that as a slap at the city, and he didn't mean
I gotta run for it.
And they started booing him.
I've gotta run for it.
And they've continued to boo him every time he comes to the plate. And he did not mean that. He was just trying to be funny with a public address announcer in the interview. And he's got a base hit, and Kruk's going to run for him. John Kruk is going to try and go to second base on him. Oops, Ozzy's going to score. And John Kruk's not going to stop running. He's on. Nope, he's caught. Don't get in a rundown, John. You're out. You are dead meat. See you later. Nice bit of pinch running, don't you think?
I'm done.
As far as we can tell, a couple of runs scored in that inning, and it's 7-3.
He gets a 2-run single. He's worried about it. I want to go watch.
Oh, that's fun.
Great moments in the game. Forbes Field, where the Pirates used to play. That's the wall 457 feet away that has been kept as a memento. And what a memento when Bill Mazeroski, Game 7, 1960, Yogi Berra left field. Yankees looked, thought he could catch it. It just kept going, Yogi said. And Bill Mazeroski had a moment that would live forever as the Pittsburgh Pirates won Game 7 in the World Series on Mazeroski's walk-off home run. And there he is with Harold.
Maz, what a pleasure to be here. What a tremendous ovation. And have you come back and got an ovation like that before? How did that make you feel?
Oh, it makes me feel great. I was kind of, I don't know, embarrassed after I didn't know what to do. And it's just, I don't know, it's just a great feeling.
Well, it's a home run that will always live in the minds of everybody in baseball. Bill Mazeroski, ladies and gentlemen, one more time.
Gary, right along with that home run and all the gold gloves, the fact that he was a lot like Cal Ripken and Tony Gwynn and George Brett, Bill Mazeroski, too, played his entire career right here for one team.
All right, this could be it. If Harold Reynolds' team cannot come back in this half inning, this thing's over.
You guys just get ready to give that MVP to our right center fielder.
Oh, right center fielder.
Crucky, you got that closer up in the pen, or what are you doing here?
Yeah, Hawk's up in the pen.
That extra 2 runs.
I heard you talking. I heard you talking before, during the game that I'm putting the guy with the best arm in all the baseball behind the plate. He's bigger than me, too. He told me that's where he wanted to play.
There you go.
So you're a smart manager.
It's called delegating authority, Seth, and I do it well when they tell me what to do.
I like it.
It's just like my
Is there
marriage.
anybody on your team that you could whoop down there, Crucky?
Come on, Marcus.
He's got to look.
Leanne.
Sit down, ball.
Marcus Giamatti is going to be retired on the fly ball, and Carlos Bernard put it away.
He had the left fielder in the right spot again. I'm worried baseball tonight's going to lose John Kruk. He's going to be managing a big league club after this break.
Yeah.
He probably will be.
Yeah, well, you know, you never know. I mean, I'm available in about 10 years, 20 years. Shoot, they think they got something with Ozzy. Good Lord.
Oh, yeah, Tommy. Turn
That's
that
going to
around.
be a base hit.
Hey, we need a runner.
Tommy John trying to get it started with his team down here at 5th inning.
Hey.
Our last inning of play. Harold Reynolds trying to mastermind a comeback.
Come on,
Well,
Tony.
they've got a shot to have a big inning here because Harold doesn't hit for a while now.
If I get up with the game on the line, I will come through.
You were up with the game on the line, Harold.
That was a nice play by Mr. Carter.
That
We'll see what happens next time. Oh, listen to you.
Oh, boy, that's hot.
Collision.
Nice play. Carlos
here we
Bernard
go.
with a couple of plays. And right now, the American League, Harold Reynolds Club down to their final out. John Kruk's on the verge of winning this thing. Harold, have you ever won any of these things?
Yeah, I won a few of them.
Did you?
No, you haven't.
I don't think you have.
Well, the year Kenny Mayne hit the wall and, you know,
You guys.
wasn't himself, or maybe he was himself with Kenny.
We thought if we changed managers, we'd give Harold a chance, but that hasn't worked either.
Yeah,
I think he wouldn't have hit himself 6th.
Iacono at the plate has got a base hit.
Go ahead.
Tony Potts is coming around to score.
All right.
We got problems.
7-4.
Taz, relax, Taz.
Harold. You got to take the energy drinks out of your dugout, man.
I don't know. I think that's more than an energy drink.
Maybe you gave them to the wrong guys.
Harold, you know we're testing in this game too, buddy.
I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
Here's
Come on, Danny.
Danny Masterson up.
We need him to hit it to short.
They only got one out to work with here in the fifth inning.
Crucky's calling
Oh,
a shot.
now you want him to hit it to
He's
short.
saying a ground ball to short.
Front runner. Now he wants to hit the short. He
He's
just
got-
called it earlier.
Ozzy's been busy at short so far today.
Hey, I don't get on my shortstop now.
No.
What, hey, Hawk, what is that? He's short arming it. Get some extension, Winnie. Yeah. Uh-oh.
Here comes Gary
that one,
Carter, and not this time. And it takes the hop away.
Come on.
Gonna score a run, and it is now a 7-5 game.
All right.
Danny Masterson with the RBI base hit.
He also. He's gonna hurt somebody.
We got the tie and run at home plate right now.
Apparently, kid don't watch much TV. He's playing too deep for these. He don't watch TV. Don't realize how small these guys are.
Come on.
Sarah Silverman in that on-deck circle.
That's the MVP. Oh, yeah. Get through that.
He's on.
That's a base hit.
Come on. Hold up right here.
First and third with two down.
Good job.
Oh,
John, what's going on here?
Well, it's all at home plate right now.
isn't she adorable? Apparently, we're getting older and our eyesight's not too good.
Get out of my face.
Really deep.
Come on, Silverman.
Jimmy will get Sarah riled up. We'll get her out here.
Crucky, you ever thought about going out and talking to your pitcher?
Yeah, that's.
Yeah, I had that conversation with Goose once. He said, unless you're going to say something funny, get off my mound. So, no, I'm not going to say anything to Mr. Winfield.
And Sarah gets it off Winfield to Ozzie, steps on the bag, and
the
that's
ground
it.
ball to short that John Kruk predicted ends the ball game and a victory for the National League.
7-5, John Kruk's National League team comes away with the victory.
I got to ask.
Hold on.
Gary Carter with a big 3 RBI homer that came in the second inning.
In the
Winfield homer.
defensive play of the game, I'm thinking Gary Carter.
Gary Carter, he's made it at, both at the plate and out in the field, and the National League wins it 7-5, the final.
Taco Bell All-Star Legends and Celebrity Softball Game is brought to you by the new Spicy Chicken Crunch.
Count on it.
And we hope you enjoyed our presentation from the Steel City, the Taco Bell Legends and Celebrity Softball Game from PNC Park. And for our 2006 edition, Bill Pierce from Taco Bell presenting the MVP award to Gary Carter. Gary got it because he delivered not only at the plate but also in the field. A 3 RBI homer, followed it up with his catch on Harold Reynolds' ball with runners on base. Sports Center's coming up next here on ESPN. On behalf of Rick Sutcliffe, Harold Reynolds, John Kruk, the managers, I'm Gary Thorne. We're going to hear some music now. It's OAR singing Love and Memories. And with that, we'll bid you adieu from Pittsburgh.
Like a vapor smoke that I could never see through. And here I'm caught up in it yesterday, and everything has given way. You fell from me. Didn't you love me faster than the devil? Straight to the ground, drowning. Leave this out.
SportsCenter.
Forget the Allegheny River. The space station was in danger of being hit by a homer. Who would be crowned home run derby champion? Still witless in the IRL. Danica Patrick may be making a drastic move. Why, she's thinking of rubbing and racing behind a wheel of a different kind. Plus, SportsCenter's My Wish series continues with a story you don't want to miss. See how two teams made one young lady's wish come true.
The Sports Center. I'm Stan Verrett along with Scott Van Pelt. You know, it's funny that they call it the All-Star break because if you're an All-Star, you don't get a break. Baseball's best hitters doing their thing Monday night in the Steel City.
Yeah, Pittsburgh's got the worst record in baseball, but one of the most beautiful parks. Downtown, the place to be for All-Star festivities. You get there by canoe or kayak. It doesn't matter. Carl Ravitch has gotten there, and he anchors our coverage. Ravi?
Hi, Scotty. Welcome to PNC Park. Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, looking down on it, and the stars not only on the field but shining. The Home Run Derby, the 22nd edition, and the biggest names in the game bringing their big bats. You would figure going in, John Kruk, Hal Reynolds, and Steve Phillips, that this would be one of those situations where a left-handed hitter, because the Allegheny River, as we're out here in right field, is right over our right shoulders. This would be ideal to see a right-handed hitter get the ball wet. They filled the place for a home run derby, over 38,000. So let's find out how the 22nd edition of this thing played out. You're right, no breaks. Here we go with the derby. First round, top four hitters, they all advance. Got to be one of the top four. Miguel Cabrera, the Florida Marlins, only the second Marlin guy ever in this competition. Go back to '96 when Sheffield was in it. He was at 4 home runs with 7 outs, and he started getting off a little bit.
He got into a nice rhythm and just got into a good groove, driving the ball all over the ballpark. Crucky, you like this guy?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you look at what he's done when he was a 19-year-old in the World Series. I mean, that's pretty impressive.
9 home runs in the first round for Cabrera. Right being pitched to by Paul LaDuca, 476. That's 11 later in the round. More.
Here's another shot. Way back. This one is all the way to Sewickley.
Are we looking at an over and done Bobby Abreu type thing? At 9 outs, line shot 16.
Remember, this year the rules carried over. Anything you total in the first 2 rounds was a cumulative.
Gave him a huge advantage, taking 16 to round 2. Meantime, Jermaine Dye had 3 home runs. The White Sox power hitter, a lot of guys say the most clutch hitter on this team. 4th home run for Dye. Blasting one again, 476.
So what, he hit more line drive home runs than anybody today.
Jermaine Dye posts a 7 in round 1. Gets a high 5, or in that case a low 5 from his family. Big Poppy came in, hat backwards, little Ken Griffey Jr. stuff. Jr. the last guy to win, and in fact the only guy to go back-to-back as Derby champion. Ortiz bouncing one of the Allegheny, and off the kayaks they went.
Well, Carl, coming into this, there had only been 1 ball hit out there. That was by Darrell Ward of the then Houston Astros.
Ortiz flies. It almost sent Kruk, Joe Morgan, and that other guy off the set. Ortiz went 488 feet, longest shot.
I guess if you're going to get hit with a ball, might as well be Big Poppy hitting it.
Somebody towel him off. He's sweating. He has got 10. Ryan Howard came in. David Ortiz says Ryan Howard is one of his favorites to watch, and why not? He needs 7 to tie Dye for 4th, 8 home runs to advance to the 2nd round. River?
He's the National League's Big Poppy.
I think something's wrong with those measurements, because that looked a little further than Poppy scraping into the water. Bias.
See, Morgan said, geez, that one almost got us as well. Later in trouble, he's got 9 outs and 4 homers, 10 outs, and he's done. Here's number 5. This is clutch here by Ryan Howard.
Well, and at the end, Carl, the Century 21 gold ball is worth $21,000 every home run he hit with 9 outs.
And I tell you, when you watched him take the first few swings, it looked like he was just trying to get timing and use all the field just to get loose, and then he started to dial it in.
And Dye a little anxious. Howard 7th, ties Dye. If he didn't hit another one, we'd have a bat off. But Howard does it. That's crushed donuts to center and out. He finished with 8. He advanced to the 2nd round. But at this point, think about it. You carry over Ryan Howard Howard is 8 behind the leader, David Wright. As Harold just pointed out, Dye, Berkman, Tejada, and Gloss, thanks for playing. Howard and Cabrera got a lot of ground to make up if they want to get to the final round.
Well, you know, the second round, the last rounds are going to be some fatigue set in, and that's really what you're hoping for if you're one of the guys that are trailing David Wright.
I think we saw that too. David Wright. He got a hold of one. Jose Reyes, who's there, cheering on his Met teammate. No outs. Wright still swinging a hot bat. That's out. He would struggle. This is what he thought. He thought that was out. And I think that's what we saw from a couple of these guys. Ortiz is still schwitzing. He struggled in the second. 8 outs and 2 homers. Pit stop, and that helped a little bit.
Well, he said last year he cooled off too much between the first and second round. He kept sweating this time.
So Ortiz finished with 13 home runs total for rounds 1 and 2. Cabrera, remember, 9 home runs going into round 2, started getting off. 6 outs, 12 total. Make it 13. Another one out, then this.
Cabrera, el Tigre, Venezuela. A lo profundo. Y no. Díganle que no esa pelota.
In English, it means Ortiz is done. Cabrera moves ahead. 3 behind David Wright, who's in the final. The only guy that could move ahead of Cabrera is Ryan Howard. He'd need 8 to advance. He needs to match it. That's a sign of, boy, I'm impressed.
That's amazing.
Incoming to the Baseball Tonight set. Doink!
Howard hit a lot to straightaway center field.
That one right there almost hit Tim Kirkjian, who was standing up here watching, almost drilled it.
He was scurrying. Ryan Howard's 15th.
How you get hit if you're watching?
Tim was running.
Slow reaction.
Howard went to the Allegheny again, a monster shot. And Ryan Howard's next swing got him into the finals as Miguel Cabrera exit stage left. Think NL East, you think Reyes, you certainly think Cabrera, but as the young studs go, the 2 that went to the finals are at the top of the list.
Well, and the one that finished 3rd, and Miguel Cabrera's not a bad young stud either, but this is what the National League East pitchers are going to have to deal with for a long time to come, is these 3 fellas.
18-18. Final round of the Derby. National League East. A real legitimate home run hitter and a guy who Tom Glavine, his teammates, said had little chance. David Wright, he's up first swing. Message sent.
Well, Steve, you drafted this guy. What'd you see in him way back then?
We drafted him. We knew he'd be in a home run hitting contest.
I'm giving you a little props there.
I appreciate that.
Camera shot for Wright, his 2nd.
That's my token. I'm not giving you any more.
That's it, huh?
9 outs and 4 homers. David Ortiz, it worked for him, so he's giving Wright a little rub down. And apparently the magic towel, not magic enough.
Got to give Paul LaDuca some credit. He served up some pretty good home run balls.
They're rolling that ball up there.
Out number 10, David Wright cedes to Howard. With the kiss from his son. Would it help?
Real raspberry right there.
Home run number 3.
Where'd that one come from?
Versatile.
Uh-oh, that's an anxiety look there.
No, that's a guy that's hoping if he hits 4, he better hit 6.
Incoming Baseball Tonight studio again, and over the left shoulder of the Crucker. See, and he's worried about the guys that caught the ball down there. Howard, this was remarkable. His last shot, hit it here, and he did. 503 flights.
That's power when you hit the ball and you just flip the bat down, get a hug.
Ain't even left the infield yet.
Look.
We ain't hit many of them, have we?
Ramon Henderson, the MVP, the most valuable pitcher for the 2nd year in a row. He's on the mound. Last year, Abreu. This year, Howard. Summing it up the 2nd straight year, a win from the Philadelphia Phillies. Wright and Ortiz. Impressive, but not winners.
It's great just to hear the reaction of the crowd and just to be able to hit that home run, knowing you get on the board. It's been fun. It was fun.
Which was your favorite?
I'd have to say the batter's eye. was pretty good. But I didn't see the last one, but the hit it here sign was also a pretty good one.
I think that I started, just tiring a little bit, getting a little fatigued. The arms felt a little heavy, but like I said, he was very consistent, and he deserved to win.
How did you end up with Paul LaDuca as your BP pitcher? Was that your idea or his?
No, I mean, he asked me if I had anybody throwing to him, and I said no. We practiced it yesterday, and he did pretty well, so I decided to hire him.
And you're not going to blame him for not winning?
No, he hit my bat a few times that first round, so he deserves a lot of credit.
Well, now we know where Tim Kirkshin ran to after he was nearly hit. He was down on the field doing the interviews. Here it is comparing Abreu and Howard. Round one, he had 24 home runs last year, did Bobby Abreu. If you add up all of Ryan Howard's home runs from this year, it doesn't match what Abreu did in round one. An impressive performance in back-to-back years for the Philadelphia Phillies.
Well, I tell you what, that pretty much epitomizes their offense, Carl. They're hitting home runs or they're just not scoring, and that's been the problem with them this first half.
Abreu hasn't been able to hit a lot of home runs this first half. They hope that the same disease doesn't afflict Ryan Howard. You heard Stan talk about the All-Star break doesn't give a lot of guys breaks. One of them got a break. That's Manny Ramirez. Our coverage will continue from Pittsburgh. We'll talk about Ramirez and what we can look forward to in Tuesday's All-Star game as our coverage continues.
Okay, guys, thank you. Her dream to meet her heroes. The job of SportsCenter's 10-part My Wish series to make it happen. Coming up, don't miss your chance to share a wonderful moment with a courageous young girl who, with the help of the Seattle Mariners, saw her dream come true.
And warming up, batting ninth and pitching from the Detroit Tigers, Kenny Rogers. And now let's meet the National League manager and starting lineup. The manager from the 2005 National League champion Houston Astros, Phil Garner. Batting first and playing left field from the Washington Nationals, Alfonso Soriano. Batting second and playing center field from the New York Mets, Carlos Beltran. Batting third and playing first base from the St. Louis Cardinals, Albert Pujols. Here he is, batting fourth. Playing right field from the Pittsburgh Pirates, Jason Bay. Batting fifth and playing shortstop from the Atlanta Braves, Edgar Renteria. Batting sixth and playing third base from the New York Mets, David Wright. Batting seventh and playing second base from the Philadelphia Phillies, Chase Utley. Batting eighth and catching from the New York Mets, out in the bullpen, Paul LaDuca. And warming up in the bullpen, batting ninth and pitching from the Los Angeles Dodgers, Brad Penning. As we continue on Fox, we will come back and have the Star-Spangled Banner when we return from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
What's your favorite brand, America?
Chevrolet. We love baseball, hot dogs, apple pie, and Chevrolet. Stolen bases, goat cheese, pizza, bottled water, and Chevrolet.
Stolen bases, goat cheese, pizza, bottled water, and Chevrolet.
Free agents, rally monkeys, fancy leagues, and Chevrolet.
Whoa, wait, what's a rally monkey?
They go together in the good old USA. Face painters, deals in Chevrolet.
Chevy, an American revolution.
Honey, remember when you asked me to spice up your food?
Yeah?
The new Spicy Chicken Crunchwrap Supreme. Spicy and grilled, so it's good to go.
Whoa, spicy. And grilled, so it's good to go. Good to go?
Good to go.
The new Spicy Chicken Crunchwrap Supreme. Shredded chicken simmered in Mexican spices with melty, crunchy, cool Taco Bell tastes. Loaded into a flour tortilla and grilled, so it's good to go.
He's good to go.
For a spicier way to go, think outside the bun.
The roaming gnome, enforcer of the Travelocity Guarantee.
Uh-oh, all is not well. I must tell them. Good morning.
Hello. Speaking?
So, you're calling to help me rebook? Because the hotel pool's under construction?
Oh, dear.
Wow. The Travelocity Guarantee. Looking out for you even before you go.
Ooh, tingly.
Hey, Rod, if you're interested, there's a future for you in the beverage distribution industry.
How do we know you spend more time behind the wheel than you want? And that often, what really needs refueling is you. How do we know you like fast better than slow? And that a friendly place to stop along the way can make a big difference in your life? How do we know? It's really very simple. The human touch, and 1,000 other things you need. We're Exxon. We're mobile. We're drivers, too.
Nobody's coming after you.
Don't lie to me!
When you're negotiating the FBI's toughest crisis situations,
Think you're the first guy who ever messed up? I'm sleeping with my partner.
you have to get personal.
Since in the office.
I felt I was losing the guy.
How long were we partners, Matt? I've heard all your lines. Well, almost all of them.
This fall,
We need to alter our strategy.
everything is negotiable.
Don't make a sound.
Standoff, the series premiere, Tuesday, September 5th on Fox.
It starts in your own neighborhood. When you care enough to give your...
It has been drizzling. We hope that the rain will push on out of here. This beautiful scene in front of you here at PNC Park. And right now, let's go to public address announcer Tim DeBacco.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, would you please remain standing? Here to honor America with the singing of our national anthem is two-time Academy of Country Music Award winner, Carrie Underwood.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's bright glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
All-Star pregame is sponsored by the new Spicy Chicken Crunchwrap Supreme at Taco Bell. It's good to go. By your Exxon and Mobil retailers, we're drivers too. And by Chevy, baseball's #1 fan, Chevy, an American revolution. We welcome you back to the Chevy All-Star pregame on Fox. How great is this setting? PNC Park in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. It is the 77th Major League Baseball All-Star Game, where the best from the American League visit the best from the National League. The winner gets home field advantage in the upcoming World Series. Welcome to our broadcast booth, everybody, as you look at the standing room only area. Before that, the Roberto Clemente Bridge, where fans walk across and catch the action. This place is fantastic. I'm Joe Buck. Tim McCarver is coming up in just a second. What does the National League want? The National League wants respect. The National League wants a win. They haven't won the All-Star game since 1996. The American League dominated interleague play this season. And Tim McCarver, you look at the roster, and it's balanced toward the American League in this game. So the question, how does the National League win this game tonight?
Well, the American League is a ridiculously tough lineup and roster to go toe-to-toe with and slug it out. So what the National League has to do, they have to innovate with the first two guys in their lineup. That's Alfonso Soriano, Carlos Beltran. They've got to be aggressive on the bases, but keep in mind, if they're aggressive on the bases, they're aggressive against the best throwing catcher in the history of baseball.
Well, before the game, we heard some from manager Phil Garner of the National League side. He had more to say specifically about the running game.
From my standpoint, I'm going to stay out of it. There are not going to be any signs. You do what you want to do. This is your game. This is where you strut your stuff. You feel like stealing the base, that's your thing, steal the base. You're a power hitter, we're not taking pitches. If it's 3-0, you're swinging if you want it. You got it. So there are no signs. Play your game, do your thing, strut your stuff.
Well, that's Phil Garner. On the other side, Ozzie Guillen said, I'm not going to play everybody on my roster. And if you don't like it for not playing, then make the team next year. He's going to manage just like the 7th game of the World Series. The winner gets home field advantage in the World Series. How good is this setting? PNC Park. The Stars are out in Pittsburgh. Baseball is next.
Two, please.
Introducing Keep the Change.
There you go. Enjoy the show.
Each time you make a purchase with your Bank of America Visa check card, we not only round up the amount to the next dollar and transfer your change from your checking to your savings account, we also match your savings for the first 3 months and continue matching 5% thereafter. Up to $250, which means there's a new easy way to save right at your fingertips. Keep the change and experience higher standards in checking. Only from Bank of America.
This time I'm gonna be KG. All right, I'm D-Wade.
2, 1.
All day, baby, all day.
What? Ready, Mississippi. 2 Mississippi.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, baby. I'll tell you what's coming, and you still won't hit it.
Bring it then. Why don't you try it underhand?
Want to keep the game going? Gatorade.
Ready to lose again?
Shut your big head up.
Is it in you?
How do we know you spend more time behind the wheel than you want? And that often, what really needs refueling is you. How do we know you like fast better than slow? And that a friendly place to stop along the way can make a big difference in your life? How do we know? It's really very simple. The human touch and 1,000 other things you need. We're Exxon. We're mobile. We're drivers too.
Okay, we've got a break in the action.
Oh, good. I can play the Grand Slam quiz.
You like these, don't you?
Yeah, as long as there's no math.
Not likely. Okay, which company do more drivers go with and stay with?
Well, the biggest one.
I think they're looking for something a bit more specific.
Okay, not that one. Definitely not that one. or that one. No, I'm going to go with State Farm.
Gee, Bob, how'd you know?
Oh, it's a no-brainer.
Your specialty.
Well, thank you.
911.
It's my wife. Please help me.
When a scandal becomes a headline.
Kevin loved his wife. He did not kill her.
When the world is watching.
I am not going to let them convict you for something you didn't do.
Meet the best defense money can buy.
You're sure Kevin's innocent?
Does it matter to you if he is?
From acclaimed producer Jerry Bruckheimer.
I didn't kill her. I can't prove this. I can't prove anything, but I didn't do this.
Justice. The new series premieres Wednesday, August 30th on Fox.
The 2006 All-Star Game on Fox is sponsored by Bank of America. Keep the change only from Bank of America. By your Exxon and Mobil retailers. We're drivers too. By State Farm. Great service and great rates. You can get it all from State Farm. And by Old Spice Deep Cleansing Body Wash. Nothing cleans deeper. This ballpark has been around since 2001, and it is indeed a little jewel sitting here right on the Allegheny River. Capacity 38,496, and for a while they were enduring a brief little rain shower. We understand there will be showers passing through. Dare I say, Tim, is this a kiss of death? We're supposed to be able to just play right on. Is that the kiss of death? Did I do it?
No, I don't think so. No, you're fine.
Take a look one more time at the starting lineup for the American League. It's sponsored by Taco Bell, and you should know the names by now. Ichiro leads it off in right field. Derek Jeter bats in the number 2 spot. Then David Ortiz, Big Papi hitting third at first base. A-Rod cleans up. Vladimir Guerrero is in left. Ron Rodriguez does the catching. Vernon Wells gets the start because Manny Ramirez did not show up here in Pittsburgh. Mark Loretta is batting 8th and pitching and batting 9th. And everybody can't wait to see Kenny Rogers swing the bat and hit. Brad Penny is finally healthy. He has had a rough go the last couple of years. He's been basically a 500 performer until this year when he put together this 10-2 start.
Now, almost 2 years ago, traded for his battery mate, Paul Loduca.
Our pitcher profile for Brad is brought to you by your Exxon and Mobil retailers.
As you said, Joe, finally healthy, and a heavy, boring fastball with which the American leaguers will have to deal. But how interesting is that? Almost 2 years ago, a 6-player trade that sent Brad Penny from the Florida Marlins to the Los Angeles Dodgers, and a very unpopular trade in sending Loduca to the Marlins. Now Loduca with the Mets, and their battery mates starting the All-Star game.
So Penny is getting set to go, and prior to the game, the ceremonial first pitch, the beloved Chuck Tanner, manager, the '79 World Series champion Pittsburgh Pirates. We are family. And the manager for the National League side, Phil Garner, learned so much from Chuck Tanner during his time here with the Pirates, and he pretty much brought Chuck here to be a good luck charm as the National League tries to get up off the deck and win for the first time since 1996.
Phil Garner, actually a player for Chuck Tanner with the Oakland Athletics back in the middle '70s, and he took him to Pittsburgh. Scrap Iron is managing for the National League.
On the American League side, it's Ozzie Guillen, and he put the lineup together, and no surprise that he would have Mr. 200 hits or more, leading it off for the AL. Glad you're with us tonight on Fox. And a strike is poured over the outside corner. Ozzie Guillen is still, well, it's Guillen being Guillen. You talked to him before the game and told you what he said to his players. If you don't play in this game tough, try to make the team next year.
He is a beauty.
Basically shared with us his pitching rotation as this game wears on, and just like it is for the National League side, because so many of the all-star pitchers worked on Saturday and Sunday, there are guys unavailable to each manager as we start tonight's game. 1-1 pitch. 2-1. 79 degrees here tonight. And Ichiro trying to get on to jumpstart the AL offense. 2-1 pitch. 2-2.
This guy is a delight to watch. 262 hits 2 years ago. Over 200 hits in each of his first 5 years. That is a major league record.
On top of that, he plays every day. And he's in his 6th year. He's missed 14 games. That's it. And the Mariners are hanging in there in the race in the AL West. Ichiro leans back. It's a full count.
That's that heavy, boring fastball we were talking about, thrown by Brad Penny. Throws awfully hard and awfully heavy.
This game starts with a foul on the first 3-2 pitch of the night. Penny is 6'4", 260, 28 years old. And he beat the Yankees 2 times in that World Series for Florida in 2003. Another 3-2 pitch. And a good start for the National League.
Seven straight fastballs from Brad Penny to Ichiro. When a pitcher's on top of the ball usually goes down. This one stays up.
Take a look at the defense for the National League. And it's Soriano in left field. Initially, when the Nationals picked him up, didn't want to play the outfield. He's taken well to it. Beltran in center, and Jason Bay, the Pittsburgh Pirate, in right. Right, Renneria, Utley, and Pujols on the infield, and Loduca doing the catching for Penny. With 1 out, a swing and a miss by Jeter. Derek, you know his resume by now. That's what he's done so far during the regular season for the Yankees this year. And in his all-star past, he's 7 out of 10. He is best when the lights shine the brightest, and he's in the hole 0-2. 98.
This may be the best I've seen a starter in the All-Star game, Joe, since back in 1999 when Pedro Martinez struck out 5 of the first 6 National Leaguers that he faced.
Are you saying there's a glimmer of hope for the National League?
I mean, if Penny pitches.
Boy, he is letting it fly, man.
Talk about letting it loose. Mercy.
I got 2 innings for you tonight, world, and you're going to see my best. And this should be, as we talked early, a pitching dominated game. You would think, with the kind of bullpen that each manager can go to as we work our way through the game. Wow, 99. And typically he just doesn't throw this hard.
No. Got a little extra juice tonight. That's a 4-seam fastball up and into Derek Jeter.
Jeter, who is about as good as there is in baseball at keeping at bats alive, fouling off pitches, waiting for a mistake, waits for a 2-2 pitch and takes it low, another full count. And Penny did not like not getting that call from Jerry Crawford, the home plate umpire. It's even got Phil Garner talking to himself. Three-2 pitch. And a tap foul. You can quarrel all you want with the idea that the winning side in the All-Star game determines who gets home field advantage in the World Series. It's there. It's been talked about ad nauseum. But the bottom line is these 2 managers in this game tonight, as we said, are managing this game like it is the 7th game of the World Series, because both managers could end up in the World Series. Back-to-back strikeouts to start the night for Penny.
Two 3-2 counts and 2 strikeouts for Penny to start this game.
I think if you were going to redo your pitching profile after watching these 2 hitters try and catch up, it might be great fastball and almost a riding fastball because it's taking off from the hand of Penny.
A Mark Wahlberg fastball. Catch me if you can.
With 2 out and nobody on, here is David Ortiz. 3rd All-Star game for Big Papi.
Oh, man.
97. And it's got Tim Kaplan already in the 1st inning.
Just get out there and throw as hard as you can.
Why is Loduca even giving signs?
Really? All fastballs so far. As the National Leaguers smiling. Nope. Shook him off.
Why would you change up? Just trying to play with Ortiz's mind. Here, shake off my fastball. Okay, now throw a fastball. 1 ball, 1 strike. A little wry smile on the face of Phil Garner. on the corner, and Penny is in a spot to strike out the side here in the first inning.
It's unfair to throw that hard and locate that well.
It's like we're watching Wimbledon. You've got everybody in each dugout up on the top step, hanging over the railing, watching this display here in the first inning. 2-2. Ortiz a pretty good swing, but could not put it in play on a 99-mile-an-hour pitch from Brad Penny. From Broken Arrow High School in Oklahoma. And he is the 10th Dodger to start an All-Star game. If he can pick up one more strike here in the first inning, nobody could have started it any better. '20th pitch of this first inning. Man, Ortiz has got to try and crank it up another notch. If there's one guy who can turn a fastball around, it's David Ortiz. And Tim, how clutch has David Ortiz been since he joined the Red Sox in 2003? 19
game-ending hits in the last 3.5 years. We talked about it in the game we did, the White Sox and Red Sox on Saturday. I tell you, in my experience over a 3.5-year period, this guy's gotten more big hits than anybody I've ever seen over that period of time.
A guy who at one time was just cut loose by the Minnesota Twins, and Penny strikes out the side. What a start.
Stand up.
First Ichiro.
Stand up.
Sayonara.
Stand up.
Derek Jeter. See ya. David Ortiz. Hasta luego.
America, what's your favorite sport?
Baseball.
Sandwich?
Hot dog.
Pie?
Apple.
And what's your favorite brand, America?
Chevrolet.
Let's see, that's baseball, hot dogs, apple pie, and Chevrolet, huh?
Right.
Well, then you'd better tell me again, America, because I just might forget.
We love baseball, hot dogs, apple pie, and Chevrolet. Stolen bases, goat cheese, pizza, bottled water, and Chevrolet.
Stolen bases, goat cheese, pizza, bottled water, and Chevrolet?
Free agents, rally monkeys, fantasy leagues, and Chevrolet.
Whoa, wait, what's a rally monkey?
We love frozen yogurt, luxury boxes, camera phones, and Chevrolet. Mascots, gourmet pretzels, retractable roofs, and Chevrolet.
Apparently, baseball's changed a little over the years, but not America's love of the game or our love for Chevy.
They go together in the good old USA. Face painters, satellite radio, endorsement deals, and Chevrolet.
Makes sense to me.
Expansion teams, mochaccino, broken cursors, and Chevrolet.
Chevy, an American revolution.
Honey, remember when you asked me to spice up your food?
Yeah?
The new Spicy Chicken Crunchwrap Supreme. Spicy and grilled, so it's good to go.
Whoa, spicy and grilled, so it's good to go. Good to go?
Good to go.
The new Spicy Chicken Crunchwrap Supreme. Shredded chicken simmered in Mexican spices with melty, crunchy, cool Taco Bell tastes. Loaded into a flour tortilla and grilled, so it's good to go.
He's good to go.
For a spicier way to go, think outside the bun.
On February 6th, AOL invited its members to be fast and switch from dial-up to true broadband. Since then, thousands of people every day have experienced the easy setup, the most comprehensive set of safety tools online, and content made to bring broadband to life. Now it's your turn to experience AOL High Speed. Get both AOL service and a broadband connection together for as low as $25.90 a month. Call 1-866-NEED-AOL or go to AOL.com/highspeed. Want a better high-speed internet? You belong at AOL.
From the guys who brought you Anchorman and the 40-year-old virgin. I'm a driver. That's what I am.
Sorry, man.
Comes the story of a man with a dream.
I'm gonna win.
That just won't die.
Help me, Jesus! Help me, Tom Cruise!
Will Ferrell. Talladega Nights, a ballad of Ricky Bobby. Is he ever going to be able to walk? He's fine.
You don't think I'm paralyzed?
Don't you stick that knife in your leg. Rated PG-13. In theaters August 4th.
The 2006 All-Star Game on Fox is sponsored by Pepsi. It's the Cola. By the new Spicy Chicken Crunchwrap Supreme at Taco Bell. It's good to go. And by Chevy, baseball's #1 fan. Chevy, an American revolution. Hey, look, it's the first pitch at the bottom of the first inning, and Soriano goes after it and flies it to Ichiro in right. One pitch, one out. Once again, let's give you another look at the lineup for the National League. It's brought to you by Taco Bell. Soriano didn't last long. Then it's Beltran batting second, Albert Pujols hitting third, Jason Bay, the Pirate, cleaning up. Then it's Edgar Renteria, replacement for Jose Reyes. David Wright, Reyes' teammate with the Mets, Chase Utley, Paul Loduca, and Brad Penny is pitching and batting ninth here at the start. The ball inside to Beltran with 1 out, nobody on. Kenny would have to throw from 40 feet 6 inches to throw as hard as Brad Penny did in the top half of this inning. That is not Kenny Rogers' game. But here's a 41-year-old left-hander getting his first All-Star game start.
Brad Penny, a strikeout pitcher. Kenny Rogers, a contact pitcher.
The 1-1. Out in front of it is Beltran. And strike 2. Carlos, a much better year his second time around with the Mets. Last year struggled, a lot of pressure trying to stay healthy. This year, number 6 in the National League with his 25 RBIs, and number 7 with his 25 home runs, and number 7 with his 68 RBIs. Waits for a 1-2.
Carlos Beltran, one of 3 New York Mets with over 20 home runs at the All-Star break. No New York team has had 3 men on their roster at the All-Star break with 3 players over 20 home runs.
That is hard hit and fair past third, past the diving Rodriguez. Beltran will dig for second, no play, as Vladimir Guerrero dropped it in left, and there's the first hit, a double by Carlos Beltran.
Not a lot of room between Alex Rodriguez and the third base line. Beltran, hard to believe you can hit a ball down there and keep it fair. But he hit it so hard that Rodriguez couldn't come up with it.
So Beltran in scoring position for Albert Pujols. He's in his 6th season and 5th All-Star game. Pujols has done some amazing things in a short time with the St. Louis Cardinals. One of just 4 players in baseball history to have 100 or more RBIs in each of his first 5 seasons. An RBI chance here in the first, and he takes a strike from Kenny Rogers. The reigning MVP in the National League. And since he joined the Cardinals in 2001, that's where he ranks across Major League Baseball in those categories.
Staggering production.
And he gets under it, pops it into center. Out goes Jeter. Derek Jeter, the shortstop, takes it in, 2 down. Our pitcher profile for Kenny Rogers is brought to you by Exxon and Mobil Retailers.
We talked about how Brad Penny is throwing so hard. Well, Kenny Rogers throws hard, but induces ground balls. Excellent move to first base.